Hey, good Sunday morning and welcome to Lifespan Development, the first day of our class. Hopefully you're enjoying the last few moments of your winter break. It is Sunday morning. I'm recording this on a Sunday before our week officially starts. I am your host, your instructor, John Chansey, and I will, in order to communicate with the class, I will be sending out a weekly video detailing what's expected for each week. So for this week, our first video, I'm going to talk about the course. I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, introduce myself, and talk a lot about the course, and then I'll talk about what's expected for week one, because we're getting right into it. We're jumping out and hitting the ground running. So again, welcome. Hopefully you're in the right place. Lifespan Development, an online course at OSU OKC. So a little bit about the course. This is usually the follow-up to introductory psychology, and lifespan development is the course that studies the lifespan of human beings. There's a big emphasis on experimental and theoretical approaches to studying how we change cognitively, how our thinking changes, how our personality changes, how we experience social, perceptual, and physical changes from birth to death. So really the big theme of this course is change. We are subject to change. Everything about ourselves is going to change from the moment we're born to the moment we die. The cells that you have in your body right now are not the same cells that you had when you were born. So life is all about change. This course is all about change, but we're going to focus specifically on certain aspects of change, as I just mentioned. So again, this is lifespan development. I'm going to briefly go over the syllabus, just briefly, but the syllabus is located under content under D2L, which I'll be sending out to you, but I highly recommend it is your responsibility to read. Again, my name is John Chansey. I'm your instructor. My email address is located in the syllabus. That will be probably the best way for you to contact me. I don't technically have an office, but I can meet on campus if we can work around each other's schedules, or we can do like Skype via computer if that doesn't, if that works out for you. For this course, you do need a textbook. It is John Sandrock's 16th edition Lifespan Development. 16th edition Lifespan Development. And for each chapter from this textbook, I am going to put PowerPoints up, which I've already done, but those are to supplement the textbook. They are not intended to replace the textbook. So I highly advise that you get a copy of the textbook as soon as possible in order to stay up to date. We have a lot of material to cover. But this course, again, will cover the change across the lifespan of humans from prenatal development all the way to death. So we have a lot to cover in between. We're going to go through all the different stages, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, late adulthood, etc. So we're covering a lot in this course. And this course is a really interesting one for me personally because it wasn't until I took a course on lifespan development that I decided to change my major from film to psychology. I thought it was just so fascinating thinking about change and understanding how we change and how that affects us and all that. I thought that was so fascinating when I was an undergrad. So anyways, more on the course. We have, as far as your grade is concerned, we have 5 exams that will be worth 100 points each. Each exam will roughly cover 5 chapters. So we'll have an exam about every 3 to 5 weeks, roughly. We do have discussion boards as well. That's our primary method for communication in the class. I'll put up a discussion post almost every week, but not every week, of course. I won't put up one during exams or writing assignments. But those will be worth 15 points each, and I'll talk about how you'll earn those points in a moment. We also will have a couple of essay writing assignments, brief essay writing assignments, probably at most 2 pages worth of writing. They're worth 50 points each. So total, we have 720 points. So again, the breakdown of that is on your syllabus. So please check that out when you get a chance. Again, it's your responsibility to read the syllabus. I have also put up a schedule for our class, which details when exams are due, what chapters to read, when discussion posts are due, when writing assignments are due, etc. So please make sure you look at the schedule. That schedule is subject to change depending on whatever happens. In an online class, that's usually not an issue, but just know that it is subject to change. But I will, of course, let you know if anything does change. So next thing I want to talk about, as I mentioned, was discussion posts. That's our primary method of communicating with one another in this course. So what I'll do is I'll put up a topic each week, most weeks, and you will have until Friday to respond to the initial post and to respond to 2 of your peers' posts. But I also want you to do this in a timely manner. Everything is due at Friday, but I need your initial post in by Wednesday. I'm making timeliness a component of this grade because I think sometimes I've seen in the past where students will wait to the last minute. They'll wait till Friday and they'll post a discussion post and they'll respond to 2 peers. But when you wait till the last minute, it really stifles the conversation that we're trying to engage in. If you have your post in by Wednesday and you're still talking to people via response, on Thursday and Friday, it's a dialogue. It's not just a one-time only, comment. And it just doesn't feel as authentic if you do it all at the last moment. So just know that if you're someone who likes to wait for discussions till the very end, you can do that, but you will be penalized by 2 points, so you can't actually earn an A. You have to post in a timely manner in order to get full credit. But I have posted a guideline for discussion posts on D2L that talks about what I expect for your initial post and your peer responses and posting in a timely manner. So please make sure you have read that. You are ultimately responsible for the discussion posts. So if you have any questions about those, please feel free to let me know after you've read over the materials. But that kind of gets out some of the big picture items out of the way. Just a reminder also, while I'm thinking about it, I did post a survey that I would like for you to take if you get the chance to. The survey is just a few brief questions about who you are academically and non-academically. I kind of want to get to know each of you individually, even if in a small way. What's your life like in class and outside of class? So please take that. I think several of you have already taken the survey, so awesome. I'll start reading through those more in depth once I actually have more people take the survey. So, but it is kind of cool to see the numbers start to tally up. So anyways, for week 1, let's talk about week 1. Hopefully you have your textbook or you're getting it. So once you do though, I need you to go ahead and read chapters 1 and chapters 2. There's a lot of weeks we're going to have to cram in 2 chapters in a week because there's 20 chapters total and we have 16 weeks together. 17 technically if you count spring break, but we're not going to be doing work over spring break. So it is important that you get your textbook and you can start reading as soon as possible. Chapter 1 is just an introduction chapter about the lifespan perspective. You'll understand the importance of studying the lifespan perspective, the different characteristics of the lifespan perspective, and you'll look at some contemporary concerns within the field. And when I say the lifespan perspective, it is the perspective in psychology that looks at change from birth to death. It looks at that whole developmental sequence. So again, a big emphasis on change. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2, we're getting more into biological beginnings. So this is getting into the discussion of evolutionary psychology, the role that genetics plays in development, reproductive challenges and choices. We'll talk about heredity, sort of the nature versus nurture debate. Really, it's not nature versus nurture; it's nature and nurture. Excuse me. It's both, but that's the big takeaway from chapter 2. So chapter 1, just an introduction, and chapter 2 is the sort of the biological aspect of development. There is a discussion post posted on D2L, and that is due by Friday. I would first like you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, tell your classmates, and then there is a topic on the cohort effect. There is a discussion about the cohort effect. So please take a look at that. Again, it's due by this coming Friday. You should have a timely post in by your initial post by Wednesday and everything else in by Friday. Make sure you take the survey if you get a chance to. Other than that, the videos most weeks will not be this long. I usually like to give you short, digestible bites and let you go. And if you have questions, send them my way. But this one, we have a lot to cover. So anyways, throwing that out there. If you have any questions at all throughout the week, this first week, feel free to shoot me an email. I try to respond as quickly as possible. It goes to my cell phone and my computers and all that stuff. So I try to respond as soon as possible. Let's see. Oh, I completely forgot. I had to talk about myself a little bit. I should take a step back and introduce myself for a second. Again, I'm your host, your instructor, Professor John Chansey. Actually, you don't have to even call me professor. I'm an adjunct professor, so that's not even technically the right term. But anyways, I am also a full-time graduate student at the University of Oklahoma. I am a PhD student studying educational psychology. In my second year, I also teach at the university. I teach a course for the teaching ed program. Prior to that, I've taught at OSU OKC for the last 2.5 years or 2 years-ish. And I've taught at high school psychology at Putnam City North for 3 years. I got my master's at UCO in secondary ed recently. So I've taught lifespan before, and the course I teach at OU has a large component of lifespan. So this is a course that's right up my alley and something I really enjoy teaching, and I'm really excited for this semester with you all. So anyways, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to stop here. I've talked too much, but if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me, shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful first week, and I can't wait to read our first discussion post and interact with you all. So take care, have a great week, and I'll see y'all later.